Welcome back, or welcome to Better Minecraft. We're back again, and today's question of the day, we're not doing questions of the days, but first thing is, can you vein mine obsidian? Well, the quick answer is yes, you can. The problem with it is, be careful when you do it, because then you'll just burn up the stuff you just vein mined. But good thing I didn't need a lot. Why? I needed to make a, surprise, surprise, a nether portal. I needed this nether portal. One, I needed it anyway. And two, I needed to get glowstone. I needed glowstone for another portal. I inadvertently started making a portal room. It wasn't kind of a huge plan. I just said, hey, I'll just put them all underground because I'm not going to build a house for any of this crap. I'm not doing that. So they're all in the same space, kind of my working space. It's something I've always done, even back at like 1.8, to where I want everything functional if I use it a lot, like the portals, my storage, that sort of thing. I need it easily accessible. That's why I choose this. I choose function over form, if that makes sense. It still looks nice, but they're all together. But now I'm actually in there. Was that an achievement I just saw? Time to sweat. I didn't realize that was an achievement, whatever that means. Anyway, I needed the glowstone, so I started immediately collecting something I didn't need at the time, which was that, and there's these wart seeds. Yeah, these wart seeds. Not a clue what I'm supposed to do with these either, but it's here. Yeah, I'm having trouble with my hotbar. When you're used to clicking the same button for years, it's hard to get it out of your brain. But here I am. I think this was a good spawn though, by the way. This was a really good spawn, because if I was, that floating little island, that square of obsidian over lava, that would have been really uncomfortable. But I don't even think gas can spawn in this hole. Not sure, but I was happy to be out of there for right now. I am excited for the nether though, don't get me wrong. I'm excited for the nether, because there's so much to look at in comparison to what I have experienced so far. Which I guess the other biomes as a whole are intended for dimensions are intended for new quests and new bosses, that sort of thing. So basically, things for you to do is what they're intended for. Something different, something new. I am making the Twilight portal, by the way, if you're wondering. You make a 2x2, you fill it full of water, put flowers around it, and then you just throw a diamond in it, and then you kind of get cooked by the lightning. That's pretty much it. Still scares me every time, because it's like immediate. I don't know if you need the sky to this, by the way. That's why I left the hole there until after I got done. Just so you know, I don't think it actually spawns you in the same place every time you go through that specific portal. I got spawned, I think, maybe 100 blocks from it before. But I don't think it spawns you in the same... Yeah, that's a different time. All I know is the experience I have is it doesn't... That's the one portal that does not spawn you in the exact same spot every time. For that. So, I'm back to overworld business, and one of my objectives for this episode was to make this iron farm because I kept running out of iron. And this special zombie, it's just a zombie, the first zombie that started chasing me, that's why it's special. Didn't want to get in that boat at first. It was a pain, but it is in there. I was more worried about, see that creeper to the right side on my map? That's what I was worried about, the creepers. Not my farm design, but basically you got to get a zombie to irritate 3 villagers, spawn proof around it, and have a killing hole below it. That's pretty much it. You can look it up. There's a ton of tutorials. These zombies. Yeah, you're zombies too because you're annoying. I think the zombies aren't as annoying as villagers are. Oh god, they're so annoying. I'm sure Lindsay is nice. I'm sure she is. But not right now. Not right now. But it didn't take me much long once I started using the waypoints. The waystones, that is. they are such a game changer when it comes to moving mobs, moving around large areas. And one benefit, this is a whole new tangent, a whole benefit would be if you are loading a lot of world, and let's say it's lagging, if you use a waystone, it's like it resets that section you're in and it smooths it out, like FPS and everything, which is really nice. So I can fly around pretty quick, but if I know there's new areas and stuff that I want to go back to quickly without too much, when the chunk doesn't render, that sort of thing, is I use waystones. That's the reason why. And I just sit here and just watch just to make sure, because something always happens. These signs never burn away, by the way. They burn, but they don't burn away, which was nice. So I've never had to replace these signs, even though they're burning right now. Didn't know, but yeah, I didn't have to put anything on top of them or anything. They just burn effect, which is cool. Finally, I take a break from that, and now I am in the Everdawn. Now, the Everdawn, I spent about an hour in, I think. I think it was an hour at least, like 57 minutes maybe. I'm just thinking about the recording and the experience that's in it. But it was the perfect place for probably my favorite dragon, if I had to choose not the Aether one for the speed, is the Ghost Dragon. It takes a while, but eventually it does hatch. Look at that glow. I just love that. For a dark place, why would you want a different dragon than this? I do my best to not hurt my dragons because they have such poor health, even in large, to say the least. I'm going to say that now. I don't want them to get hurt. And yeah, I end up doing just that. You see the health? I've had this thing not even probably 5 minutes between me getting hit and that stupid zombie. Right there. They always show up at my door. I do intend on dealing with my front yard mobs, by the way, very soon. The ones in front of the house, that is, right there, like in the trees and stuff, that's been plaguing me this whole time. Or those creepers that are over there too, that I can see on the map now, that I didn't notice before. Yeah, they're going to get dealt with. But for the dragons, and I don't know if it says specifically in any videos you might watch, but since I have this here, is you can breed them up. You can grow them faster with fish. Fish is what you use. Doesn't matter what fish, just fish. Vanilla fish, that is. Not like the brittle fish. I'm not sure about those. But the vanilla fish you use to grow them up. Now, to heal them completely, like to the 60 is full health. For a full-size one, you need meat, beef. I haven't tried chicken, but I have done pork. You can see its head raises up like a dog's tail. But you need meat, not fish, if you're wondering. So even if it was smaller, say it's not full grown yet, even it's smaller, give it meat, and it should heal all the way up. And I say that because I do carry around stacks of raw meat now, just for my dragons, just in case they take damage. They're not great in battle. If I had a choice between any mob to go in battle with, besides Jay, I would probably say it would be the kangaroo. Because they fight quick, and they're on it. And they can also wear armor. They can actually wield a sword too. I'm not sure if they hit with the sword, because their kicks are pretty big. Anyway, we're back in the Everdawn, and basically it's always not, it's almost light, but it's never light. This is as bright as it gets. It will get darker than this. And this is where I start to figure out that if you want to do things in this world. One, get your armor at least decent. I've never changed from diamond since I started wearing it. And I've, what am I in? 3? I'm actually working on episode 4 already. Already working on that episode. You have to be close quarters a lot. I warn you now. So if you're afraid of combat, which I am, not as much, but you have to not let the mob scare you. Even if you don't know them, obviously don't just jump into lava or a boss fight. It's nice to know what their weaknesses are, the things that you need. And I say this because some of the, not the achievements, but like under the bosses for the, what you do and what you need to complete the quest, it'll say, I know one said very difficult, you have to be geared up properly or something. Basically, it's saying some of them are harder than others. These are just basic mobs. That's one that's not difficult to deal with, but has really strong effects. Same way as fire, poison, the ones that can do a lot of damage if you're not ready for it. This biome, this crystal, whatever dunes, I think this is a really cool biome. Like you're always in a dust storm. This mod pack has, I was going to say mod pack. Mod pack has a lot of effects. This is probably one of my most favorite because you can see how it's tasteful. It does well. And I'm going to tell you, remember I said that. Remember, see how the particles are smooth. The FPS is good. That villager's being a jerk by walking in front of me. He sees I'm shooting arrows. My dragon does it a lot. If you're in battle, this is new tangent. If you're in battle and your dragon's walking around like mine is, if you really are taking on a fight, sit your dragon down. I know you want it to fight with you, but it will walk right in front of you and just stay there. Kind of like if you were trying to go somewhere. Dogs do the same thing. Sheep do too. You move back, they move in front of you. They move, you build something, they want to climb on top of it. The dragons do the same thing. And it's a giant pain. And for whatever reason, I got into a tangent that I needed to bring back stuff, animals-wise. So I leaded this. If you look at my map, look at the map, and I wasn't paying attention as much as I wish I was. But good thing I wasn't so far from my waystone, because now that it dropped. I see the red dot and it went away. I was more concerned about my lead, even though I can make them. I didn't want to lose my lead. Now these, I think these guys drop slime balls? I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, a lot of these mobs, they will chase you, and they'll chase you for a while. These ones, it says that you should be in close quarters, like in a small confined area, not out in the open. As you can see, why? Because they can fly. But I did find my lead, which I was more excited about than the fox. I was more curious, the fox-wise, to actually see if it picks berries, like the regular foxes do. You know, the overworld foxes. I was curious if they pick berries, because I could make a farm. If you're wondering how I do that, it's pretty simple. You just put random hoppers in the ground, cover them with carpet, and then you just have dirt where you put the bushes, and then of course they pick them, they drop them, they fall into the hopper. No, it's not. It will be not lossless. You'll still have a loss, but who picks that many berries, really? It was always good because it's in my loaded chunk, so they're just picking them, dropping them, and I have some kind of berries that I have to pick. I don't have to pick, that is. They're just in a chest for me, so it's always good. Anyway, I'm still on my tangent. I think it's frogs at this point. I can't burn Krogery. Basically the big frog things. These guys, they don't do a lot of damage, but they're really annoying. They're really annoying. They don't have any effects besides, I guess, that hitting one that it has. It's the spiders that you want to watch out for here. If I could say anything, it's the these. Because not only do they bite you if they're close, but they will spit at you. So if you're in a fight with something else and you see a spider, try killing the spider first, because it will spit at you at a distance. Just a tip for the Everdawn as a whole. But for whatever reason, I'm a slow person. As you can see those fox right there, those foxes, you see right there at the top of my screen on the left, you see a pink mob. Yeah, I brought that back too. I don't know why I did, but I did. This guy is loose somewhere in this valley, by the way. Don't know where it is because I just let it go. I think I named it. That's a snake, by the way, in that boat. That's what that is. You don't see it, but it's a small snake. Yeah, I got into a mode as a whole. But I did want to look at least certain stuff. And of course, it said the shield basically was better. It's slower for recharge, but it's supposed to be better. And of course, you can see through it versus your standard shield. I'll probably end up going back to a regular shield. But I don't want these mobs just to sit out everywhere. So what I had to do, I didn't have to. I started moving them around to different places to where they weren't just sitting in your middle of your living room kind of feeling. And remember this look, because I really wanted it kind of in a cave, but with like this cascading water. But I wanted it to look natural. And I didn't want so much of, I sounded angry when I said that. I wasn't. I was just trying to hold in a yawn. I didn't want to overdo the detail, but I wanted it to fit in to the biome that we are in. It's still probably my favorite new biome as a whole. But remember it, because this took a little bit of thought, but I think it turned out well for what it is. And knowing me, if you know me, I'm lazy with materials. I can paint you a picture, but I don't want to get the materials together. And there isn't a lot here, but it's enough to where it makes sense in this biome. Now, in this biome, there's not so much moss, but eventually around the builds, I'll see it. But they're in there. And since I have so much iron now, I can just make as many lanterns as I want. But I know there's too many in here. I have no intention on coming back in here. I know you're supposed to be able to ride these guys. It says saddle them. Don't know how you saddle them once you actually tame them. I think they eat those bug guts. I think they're from the spiders. But I think I only gave some to one of those guys. But I think it turned out well. But now that I'm thinking about it, I needed to go back to the Everbright, because that's me doing that. I don't know why I do that. The head shaking thing, it's not a glitch. I just do that when I'm flying around because I'm slow. Bushes. I didn't know bushes were here. I was just hoping they were, to be honest with you. They are. Spoiler alert. Because I wanted to test out these foxes to see if they pick the berries. There is something, though. I don't remember if I added it, so I'm going to say now. They don't. Not only do they not pick berries, but they will get damaged if they run into those standard the berry bushes, just to let you know. Don't let them run through the bushes like you would a regular fox, because you know they can just run through them, no damage, or sit on them. Other mobs will. Well, this is that other mob as well. Don't put them in red bushes because they will take damage. I don't remember if I've added it in here, but I am saying it now. But these are the bushes that I don't remember why I needed them. Besides to test out something. Sorry, I thought I had a spider crawling on my arm. But I don't remember what else I needed. There was actually, I think is those something fruits. I actually don't know what they come off of, to be honest with you. And I don't remember if it's, I think it's the Everdawn. Never mind. I'll have to figure that out later. It's a totally different tangent to breed those or tame those purple foxes. It's the fruit, not these berries that you use to tame them. That's why it was in my head. The snowcap oven has different properties. If you want to look at it, read the book that's in your inventory on the tab, because it's a lot to do and a lot that I'm not going to remember. I always wonder why these mobs attack me but not the villagers. Like, the other hostile mobs will attack, like, not skeletons, but zombies will attack the villagers, but skeletons won't. This is what I wanted to try as well when I was here, is you're supposed to use your pickaxe, not your sword. And between me and my dragon, it was quick work. So the icy stuff, use your pickaxe, not your sword. Just to let you know that. So yeah, see, this is what I remembered was these fish here. I don't know if you can feed those to your dragon, by the way, in regards to growth. Don't remember. I really don't remember. Collected a moonstone. Don't remember what I needed that for either. I'm trying to remember what else I was looking for that was in this clip. Well, it looks I'm just raiding this farm here. And I was looking at these blocks here because there is, I think it's the bush, the bush I just picked up, that says that if you grow on certain materials, something I don't have, then the berries change color. Like pink, red, black. I think black's another one. That the berries, these specific berries change. Blueberries change different color. That's on it. But I'm back to doing other things. I'm trying to get small achievements. That's what I kind of add into what I'm doing. And this one is, I believe, the alchemist table is what I'm trying to make. I think. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I was really deep in thought. But I think it's the alchemist table. I'm slowly trying to get small stuff because my focus and more I'm thinking about it is to do overworld bosses, because I feel like they're going to be more accessible to me right now, like without like a bunch of effects, if that makes sense, like magic effects. The reason why I like better Minecraft than a lot of other mod packs is because there isn't a lot of quote-unquote magic. There's just more effects, and I don't have to do spells and a bunch of other stuff to, let's say, defeat my enemies. That's why I like it so much. Basin was another one. There's a lot of stuff you get small achievements for, just for making these small things. Furniture is one. Nothing big, because you don't really get the good loot or huge XP amounts unless you're beating bosses. So there's that as well, especially if you don't have a mob farm, which I assume you would. The other achievement I was working on same time, which is really frustrating, it's called, I think it's called the Necklace of the Desert. I haven't found anything on it, but basically it's a necklace that you're supposed to use to, I don't remember now. It's something to do with a boss, though. Something to do with a boss. Anyway, that's what I'm looking for right now. It's the Necklace of the Desert, and it's in Suspicious Sand. Having said that, I don't remember if you actually can put fortune on these brushes. I'll try at some point. I don't think you can, but I'm going to try. Because I really need... Well, I don't. I know there's one specific... Harbinger? Is that what that thing's called? It's the knight that's underground that I really, really want to fight. And he's apparently hard to find. His chamber is. He's underground, and you'll see his boss bar. But you have to find his chamber, and it's a pain. The last time I looked for one, and I looked for one in spectator mode, never found it. That's flying through the world. Underworld. You know, you can see everything. Didn't find it. But that is one overworld mob I want to fight. But more so, now I'm really wanting to fight the dragon. I really do now. Fight a dragon on a dragon. You know how cool that would be? Maybe next episode. I haven't decided. Because that one's, I'm not done recording that. Usually that takes me like 4 to 5 days to record per episode, if you're wondering. If I have the time. And then the end, I guess. And then I can have a reason to have a creeper farm. I am wondering if, sorry, I'm on my own tangent now, but I am curious now if creepers drop souls. Because there's an enchantment, which I've collected, soul stealing, that basically you have to use this soul and click it on a recrafted spawner after you get enough fragments, which are 8. Like a chest, by the way. You click on it, it's supposed to activate that spawner. Can you activate it with creepers? I don't know, creepers have souls. In-game. That's not some existential thing. Do they drop souls? I don't know. Anyway, that's nor here nor there. But I'm excited for more boss encounters. And this is one that I should have remembered. I was looking for the Illusioner, is what I was looking for. This is not the Illusioner. This is just some magic guy in the woods. And I've seen him before. Not in this mod pack. But his cabin is like wider and longer than this. And for whatever reason, I didn't think about that until after. It's not like this. It's shorter than this. The Illusioner is one of the bosses I have to fight. And instead of me trying to go in there, I did the old-fashioned lava. And this guy took a while. He didn't leave the house. I don't understand why he wouldn't leave the house. I really don't. He should have just left. I will say, this was an interesting little fight. And what I mean is, what I meant about close quarters fighting. Even me doing this, as I'm doing it, you see how high I am? He's right there to the right, you see him? He still can hit me. Nothing major. You can see my health is still up. Yeah, I got him, but it was just a giant waste of time for what it was. But it was fine. At least I get to encounter a new mob. And then there's this mob as well. Don't know what it is. Don't remember. But it was nice to see. And it didn't attack me. So that's always a win. And then I'm back to something relaxing. I kind of mix and match everything I have. I plan on adding like crop fields. This is my first one. Not in the center, I don't think. But I probably will. Anyway, this one's on the outskirts. I want it kind of wrapping around the buildings feel. Not too many because I don't want it to be all overgrowth. I want it to be still neat. But this one's right here next to the cows, which makes sense. The pastures, that is. And for whatever reason, I don't know why. It's just, does anybody actually just enjoy, once you've gotten the water down, it just feels different. Like when you plant, when you're hoeing, you're tilling, that is, the land. This feels different. And then I started doing this. Just looking over my achievements, because I am trying to get some of them. I am trying. I'm not just playing and building. I'm trying to see what this mod pack has, because there's a lot. There's so much stuff. Some of it's really dumb. Some of it's really dumb. Like this tree. And I'm not saying the tree is dumb. I'm saying that I got excited for a rainbow tree as a different tree, and it wasn't great. But I go through all these achievements, and for a reason, if I would have actually paid attention to these at first, I would have had an animal dictionary at the beginning of this playthrough. If you didn't know that, I wouldn't have had to craft it. But this is just a tree. It's just a tree. I can see some kind of coloration, but it literally is just a birch tree. That's it. With I don't understand. Maybe if I just put them in pots, maybe that's their best use, but it's just birch. It's all it is, which is a little disappointing. I was really hoping to have more, but I guess, yeah, we can just put those in pots. Well, I guess that's a positive. But I have so many colored plants now, like flowers. But yeah, look. That's it. It's literally just birch. Oh, whatever. It's fine. At least I know yeah. I now have another potting decoration, which in hindsight, I don't know if I've set any pots down yet. I'm sure I have. At least one. But I was off because I needed to find, and I'm not sure why, I was thinking about spawners, and I needed spawner fragments because I really wanted to see if I can make some faster mob farms. So it would be a couple, not just one, maybe two, maybe three, maybe four. And it takes 8 pieces to make one spawner. Like a chest. If you're making a single chest, that's what it takes. Same like schematic on the crafting table as well. Just on the outside, leave the center open. And that's how I didn't think about that till just now. Will I have more fragments if I just use my fortune pick? This is my silk touch pick, by the way. I'm an idiot. I'm just now thinking about that. Oh my goodness. The more you know. Yeah, this is my silk touch, not my fortune. This guy, however, is straight highway robbery for this stuff. He's really trading trash. Like, it doesn't make any sense, these trades. Why would he? You know what? You might have to come home with us at some point. We're not sure what you do with you. Maybe put you in a cage and make an example out of you. I don't know. Anyway, this guy was robbery. But to make something else that I don't know what I needed. I don't know what I was down here. I know what I was down here for. I don't remember what I needed it for. Now, no joke, I don't remember what I needed it for. I needed a geode. I needed the amethyst. And I needed I think it's basalt for this recipe. I'm trying to remember I don't remember. Anyway, if you're vein mining and you're doing it quickly, place a block that's not what you're mining underneath your feet. I say that now because I've dug this giant hole. I'll show you at the end of this clip how far I dig just to get to this geode. It looked closer on the map, but look, this is why I say place a block that you're not mining type underneath. If you're mining stone, place something under your feet that is not stone. Because these holes get massive. Yeah, see? And I'm still digging, trying to figure out where this stupid geode's at. I can see it on the map. And I do this for a while. Just digging. And none of this was cave, by the way. This was all hole. I literally dug all this out. But vein mining's nice, so don't feel bad because I'm an idiot and not paying attention to where stuff's on the map. Just remember, place a block that you're not mining underneath your feet. And then you'll be fine. For what it is. And eventually I did find it. It was below me. But the basalt, and I needed, yeah, basalt and the amethyst. Not remembering why I needed it though. I really don't. God, it's so slow. I'm so slow. I don't remember there was a lot. I apologize. There was a lot going on. But I'm going to show you how far I had to dig for this. This guy always surprises the crap out of me. And he really wants to get close to you. Wherever you're at. All this again was solid rock up until right there. And this I dug through, dug through, dug through, dug through, dug through. More digging just to get to that geode. But I'm back out exploring again. I wanted to see what I meant about dragons will fly straight in front of you and just stay there. Bear fur. I needed the bear fur because I know I needed it for the falconry. The glove you use for the birds. The glove, and there's a hood as well. So I was on the hunt for bear fur. I did get bear fur. Interesting enough, I did not need the glove because there's cages that you can put small animals in. This is not what's considered a small animal. So I waste my time with that, but it tells me. I didn't know. But exploring will give you certain things that you're happy about. Diamonds included. And, fun fact for this sort of thing, even the candles, these small things, these trims, all these things you can find in these unique towers. Mine's not so much, to be honest with you. I'm thinking about it now, but this is a fun thing to do, is to test out another boss, the Sunbird. I remember this guy in another mod pack. It didn't go well. But what sucks is, one, I don't know its abilities, and two, you can see the damage it takes just from the one arrow. It's a lot. So you know your tools are good. The thing about it is their abilities are amazing. And this guy, I'm going to say I picked on for a while. I was never on the ground because I didn't want to die here. Because if I die right here where these guys are at, I could probably not get my stuff back. So, I'm just doing a kind of Star Wars feel and just circling around shooting, running away shooting, running away shooting, running away shooting. And I got really good. I don't kill this guy, by the way. I got really good at moving and shooting off of the dragon. It's not as easy as it looks. Kind of like when, I guess, you're trying to shoot out of a minecart, maybe? Or a boat. Like when you're moving, it's hard. But this guy just regenerates and keeps doing that. I just keep picking him. Then he disappears, though. You have to be really close to a lot of mobs for them to stay rendered in. Like when you see me landing my dragon, it takes a while for you to see that the dragon's loading up if I'm at home. But then I remembered as well, I wanted to start upgrading my armor because I was out exploring anyway. And they have these, in this biome here that I can see the wastelands, is these badlands, that is, the ancient debris. So I've been around doing that as well. You know what's interesting is a lot of that stuff you're not going to see because it's literally just me flying and fighting, rendering. But I did catch the owl that I've been trying to catch. Mind you, this has been more than just his mod pack, by the way. I think this is the second time I've seen that owl, but the first time I've ever caught it. And it's been, I want to say, a few years. So that was a win. This UI here is nice. It tells you what mob drops that specific item in it. I don't know if it does it with everything, but you can definitely tell which one's which. And this, for whatever reason, was probably one of my favorite things I've crafted in forever. You remember when I said I was going to fix that problem of mobs in front of my house? Well, this is going to be it. I gotta put this clock back because that's actually to make a calendar that I have no use for real. But this, basically this big torch is supposed to eliminate mob spawns within a large area. I think it actually goes vertical and horizontal. So up, down, left, right. And I just wait. And if you see to my left or like in front of me, it's farther out. But in front of my house, there isn't a whole lot for this diamond magnum torch, which is part of one of the small achievements you can get if you craft one, by the way. And I'm going to have to get some more diamonds just so I can actually craft those as well, which I'm kind of hoping I can do very soon, because I would love to spawn proof a lot of this. Because the lighting is nice, it's just not up to snuff. This calendar, I was hoping to see if it'll just tell me what I needed to know in regards to like these crops and stuff. Because I did, however, notice first crop was carrots. It grew so slow. But I was off to the one thing that took me so long to finish this video, which was the shepherd's house, just for the sheep. So he can tend to the sheep but never leave. But these villagers decided they wanted help, and they weren't very helpful. But I'm telling you, these kangaroos come in clutch. They always do. Like if I see them fighting, I don't even have to look at them anymore, because those knockbacks they have is great. Which I probably will breed more. And having said that, I can actually have armor for them. I just thought about that. I can give you guys armor. I have plenty of iron. Didn't realize that till just now. This, again, is one of those pleasant surprises. Yeah, I got a backpack achievement, and it unlocked this sheep plush, which all I did was keep shearing the sheep. Not a lot. I just kept shearing them because I needed carpet. And that was one of the coolest things. You can unlock all this stuff. I didn't actually understand that I had a bunch of these already. Apparently it looks like there's skins for wings too on there. But look at this thing. And mind you, one, I'm really shiny, and two, you can see this sheep backpack when I fly around. Isn't that cool? This guy was a pain. I left the concept open, as you can see here, just for the sake of you saying it, is because you know how slow villagers are. I'll say temperamental, not slow. They're very temperamental. They enjoy making your life harder. And this guy, it took me 2 or 3 tries to get him to be good. We'll say that. Just to be good. Because he honestly, there was no other bed around. But he, for whatever reason, kept going towards that. I want to say my beds. Either my beds, or if he was going towards 3 beds underground. But he was standing right next to one. And I know I didn't sleep in it. I try to never sleep in to the beds that are not mine, because I want the villagers to want to actually make it their own. But this guy was a giant pain. Giant pain. If you've worked with villagers, you know I'm not exaggerating. But I needed it to be, of course I would have slept, but if you sleep, if you don't know, the villager won't track to the bed immediately. I want this guy to track to the bed. And then from there, he should be fine. But it's just getting him to do the right thing. I had to block him in this spot. See, he just won't sleep, and it's clearly nighttime, and he just won't sleep because he's a jerk. Maybe I'll move the carpet. Nope. I had to basically block off both doors for him to actually go straight to the bed. And then he went straight to the bed. But he stays in this house because I don't know where he's going to go if I don't leave the dirt and gates up. We'll just say that much. But he does end up there as a whole. It's always raining. I don't understand why it's always raining. Here, it doesn't snow here, but it likes to rain. But, of course, it's getting dark. But I have finally finished this building here, specifically for him. His name's Randy, I'm pretty sure, for this sheep as a shepherd. There's the stables. There's the little pasture. And then there's this. I was going to bring the pasture out here, but I kind of didn't want to do that right now. But you can see the details within such a smaller palette. Like there's not a huge variety of blocks, but I used it in a way it made me happy with the way it turned out as a whole. And of course, you can see my first crop field here that I actually had. It's still here. I'm trying not to move that. I left the sugar cane up that I used. And with this, of course, there's windows here. There's actually a window on the back side too, over here. And I've been using the flowers that my dragons seem to be sprouting in the ground like these. I just pick them up. I put them in that chest over there. And then I use them. Are you not going to let me sleep? This sleeping bag. I think if I used a bed, it would let me sleep. But I try not to sleep in the beds. Except for mine that's up there. Are you not going to work for me? Come on. Come on. As a whole, this build really took me the most time just to design it versus actually build it. Because if you've seen me build, I can build pretty quick. Even if it's much larger scale. Which much larger scale I feel like is easier versus trying to get those small, tight little details within this block. And I guess I'll tell you some of the blocks for the sake of, some people don't tell you, this is dark oak beam, not stripped dark oak. That is stripped dark oak. And then this right here, dark oak trim, is another framed glass paint. And then of course you see the variant of stone, which I've been using a lot of, which I'm happy with. And then of course calcite there. It's really not a lot. There really is not a lot of blocks that I've used. So once you come in, Randy, he was a pain. You know, villagers are a pain. But I made him a little cozy, straightforward, and easy to walk around space because I just don't need him getting stuck somewhere. I really don't know where you're trying to head, so I can't let you leave yet. The fireplace, because I really want to use these bar panels here. They go up and down. Around this and not right up against it. So I compromised and I actually added water to go around it. These braces, which if you've seen me, you fill them up. I'll do it right now so you can see me break my house. Put it down. And then you just click it with the block. That's how those work. It has a painting, which this is a really nice one the more I look at it. I like the texture of it. The loom, which I'm never going to use. This right here, the loom that this guy is attached to, his bed. These are actually backwards drawers. The drawer part is on the other side because I just wanted these to look like barrels. But barrels that he can attach to. If you know what I mean. If you see the regular barrels. Yeah. And then, of course, the storage up here. I'm never going to use this, but I also don't want Randy to use it. That's why this is, because he went immediately up this ladder. He was a pain. Randy, you're a pain. So I might let him out at some point to see where he goes, which means it'll probably go that direction instead of this way. These stables, which is here, very easy, very basic. Here, these troughs, all I do is click on like a composter. You'll click something. I used hay to fill these up like that. This little bit of storage I'm never going to use. See, this is the drawer. This is the back side. So you would stand like this to place it instead of like this. Kind of like, what is it? It's Observer? I think Observer is the same way. Then, of course, the little pasture here. I never remember what this flower is called, but I used it because all the green. It's, I don't know. You saw the words that's on there. But as a whole, the air is coming along. I do need to make more, which I need more diamonds for this. Why is that so red? Oh, it's Potzel. These torches to put around because it'd be so nice. I like to have the lights, but it'd be nice not to have to worry about all the mobs. Because this area gets really, really dark. But that we built today in this episode, you know what I mean? We've been in the combat, which you've seen. This farm that seems to be working just amazing for me. You can see it's not flat. It is just proofed. So you don't have to make it on a flat ground just for the sake of it being flat. this little space here, I'm still not 100% about it, but the blueberry bushes, not sure if I'm going to use them. If not, I'll probably leave this here because I'm too lazy to take it down. And then this here with the frogs. Something with a C. What are you? Since we're in here. Everbright or Everdawn? These things. Krogri. I don't know. That's what these are for here. They can't get out there. It's blocked off. They don't attack me though, so I think I tamed one of these guys. But that was it. Well, we did a lot this episode, which I'm still happy about. I need to do something with these dragons at some point, which won't be anytime soon because there's too many of them right now. But actually, to believe it or not, besides this one, I ride like every one of these. I had some kind of occasion where I wanted to ride all of these. The ghost one is one of my favorites. This one I ride most because it's the fastest. I love the wings on the forest one. The fire one, I like because it's red. But I do hope that you're enjoying it just as much as me, because surprisingly, I am actually enjoying just the build process again. Kind of like it's new building because you build so much over years, but then it just still feels new. I think it's really cool. And there's still so much I need to explore. I am, as I read in the comments before, gonna see about some other armors too, which I'm hoping I can get some more because I want to take up some more straight up fights. Not just vanilla ones, but you know, the ones in the other dimensions as a whole. But thank you if you've made it this far in the video, and I really do always appreciate when you hang out.